Yeah.
We're good.
Awesome. So, so happy that all of you are on here. And first of all, I just want to make sure it's just going to be super casual, obviously. And the one big thing that we wanted to let all of you see and kind of create with the live event, which of course could not go on, but that is all reasons out of our control, is just the sense of community and camaraderie, and that, you know, we really are here for each other. It's not fake, it's not put on, and just obviously you guys see that here virtually, but just seeing it in person is like just takes it to a whole different level. And I know that Becky will totally agree, because she and I were able to meet everyone in Orlando, and that was just a total game changer. So we will definitely do that soon, without a doubt. But we are fortunate that we can still create that this way. So that's kind of what this is about. And then Natalie, Kelly, and I were also talking before that we want to start doing these, you know, just a few times a week, just so that you're still having that human interaction, even though we're all kind of stuck at home. But the main thing also is just letting us know what you need. Don't ever hesitate to ask, because that's what we're here for. And it's to get, if she's off the internet, till I get off.
You're back now.
Okay, sorry. My service is not good, and my child just started doing her summer body workout beside me on YouTube. So I told her to get off the internet. But anyway, she's a mess. I don't know where she gets that from. Wish y'all could see her actually. But we're gonna do just a little bit of training. And what I was saying is, I just wanted to make sure that you guys let us know what you need. Don't hesitate to ask if you're confused about something, or if you need some training and something, just tell us, because that's what we're here for. So Natalie's going to start us off. She's going to do some training about social media. Ask any questions you have. Kelly, do you think it's best for them to just write their questions down and ask at the end, or kind of ask as we go?
Yeah, I think so. And then there is a chat feature, you guys, if you haven't used the chat before, like depending if you're on your phone or your computer, it's down at the bottom, and you can just chat and ask the questions that way. That way Natalie or, you know, Alexa or anyone else can answer them. It looks like Natalie popped. Oh, there she is. Okay, she's back. There she is. Yeah, so I think that's good. You know, we want to make sure all the questions get answered for sure.
I'm back. I got kicked off. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm going to try with the computer and the webcam. So see if I can get it straightened out. Are you guys ready for me? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, you're good. I got kicked off too.
Okay.
So we get it. But yeah, you're good to go.
So I'm going to be talking about, let me get my camera right here. Hang on, guys. I'm going to be talking about social media and social media marketing, live videos, things like that. That has been kind of where my bread and butter has been. Live videos have been a really quick, easy way for me to connect with a lot of people at one time and to really be engaging with them. I know live videos is not for everybody, and they can be really daunting when you first go to get started with that. I think I put off a live video for probably days, my first live video, and I'm really a social butterfly. I really wasn't that worried about it. I was just nervous as to how it was going to come off. But once I did that first live video and I was just talking from the heart, and I saw the response from people that were like, oh yeah, me too, I feel the same way you do. That was when I was like, okay, this is a great way to reach people in a engaging way, a lot of people at one time, and still build those relationships. And that was a big thing for me too. I didn't want to come off as like I was just trying to sell something. I wanted to be genuine, and I wanted them to gain value from what I was saying. So as a lot of you guys know or may not know, I have a fasting group page that I started because I lost a lot of weight through fasting, and it was something that I wanted to share with other women. And so I started going live in there to begin with, and then I just kind of transferred that over to my personal page, and I share a lot between the pages. So like if I go live on my personal page, I will also share that to my group page as well. And then I'll throw it on my story. I just kind of put those, like I recycle content a lot. So like I may go back and grab a video that I posted 2 weeks ago that might be relevant right now and repost it to my story or share it to my personal page. So I want you guys to use these ideas that I'm going to give you and really consider doing live videos. I know a lot of you ladies already do lives, and I just want you to know, as uncomfortable as you feel, people love them. Like that's something Alexa and I were talking about. Or like, nobody really loves to do a live, and we all feel kind of stupid doing them sometimes, but people love to see them. So one thing that I really wanted to put out there that's going to help you feel more comfortable, I think, in doing a live video. Well, one is get somewhere that you are comfortable being. Like if it's, you know, in front of your desk, if it's in your car, just somewhere that you can really focus on what you're doing and what you're saying. Light a candle, put on some music. Like right now I'm playing my Google Home, and I just play that music constantly. It just kind of helps me feel more relaxed and more at ease, and just like it's just me and you having a conversation. This is not something that has to be formal. And that's another thing that I want to tell people. It's like people really, really want to see reality. And that is why, like, you go and turn on the TV, that's why you're going to see reality TV everywhere. Reality TV is humongous right now for that reason. People want to see something real. And that is what you can offer them with a live video. Even if you're just holding your video out and you're just talking to your phone, it doesn't have to be like your lighting has to be all right and you have to have this gorgeous background. Just that simple thing, like people love to see that, and they will stop to watch those videos. Videos are the #1 way to get your content out there. They're the #1 way to brand. They're the #1 way to engage. And that's not just my opinion. That is like facts. So when you're looking at doing a video, the best thing that you can do is try to add value. And adding, let's see, I'm going to try to read y'all's questions too, as I'm going to stop and read questions. Alexa, you may have to help me in knowing what I got questions. Live videos are great. Do you do invites to the live initially to build audience? And like inviting, so Facebook will let people know that you've just went live. That's a great question. So Facebook will say, hey, Natalie just went live, and it'll shoot that. Now, I don't think it sends that to everyone, but it will send that to a lot of people, and it'll let them know. And then when people go and they log into their Facebook or open their Facebook, they're a lot more likely to see, hey, Natalie went live. So it does send that to people in their notifications. It will say, hey, Natalie went live such and such minutes ago, and then they can click into it and they can either watch the replay or they can see you if you are still currently live. So if I'm going to go live, I will normally wait on a few people to hop on and then try to engage with them in the comments, ask them questions, say, hey, when like somebody hops on, I'll say, like Alexa, I'll say, hey, Alexa, thanks for joining me. How are you today? And then she'll type in the comments, hey, I'm doing great. And that right there will get the engagement going so that more people are going to start seeing your video. So that's how I initially do the engagement. Once the video is posted, then I'll start to tag people in that video so that then, you know, more people will start to see it. But that's a great question. I hope I answered your question, Becky. Do you plan your lives in advance or just follow your heart when you feel you want to go live? Both. Sometimes like something will pop in my head as I'm like driving down the road or I'm taking a shower, and I'm like, oh, I need to write that down. And so I do have a list of ideas for live videos, and I'll just kind of pull from those if I feel that I'm trying to stay consistent. And that's a big thing with live videos. You want to stay consistent. You want to do them as much as possible. You don't just want to do one a month. You want to try to at least at minimum do one live video a week. But for me personally, because I feel that live videos are so engaging and they work so well, I do 1 to 2 a day. But I do them on different outlets. So sometimes I'll do them on Instagram, sometimes I'll do them on Facebook, things like that. But I'll do both. So I'll do something if like something pops up, or if I'm out somewhere and I'm like, oh, this would make a cool live video, I'll jump on live and just tell people, hey, here's where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. I've even done a live in Walmart before, but I do have a content calendar that that I pull from, and I'll even go online and look up topics for online videos or ideas for online videos. And that's a big thing to help you feel more comfortable when you are doing this. Make sure that you are adding value to your videos. That is one thing that I feel has helped me. So when you go live, people will see, it'll say Natalie Floyd is live, and then it'll show them your like tag or the information that you type in before you go live. So before you go live, rather than just doing a live video, go to that section where it says, tell us what your video is about, or, you know, something like that, and type in, like, mine will be sometimes like, for example, how I got great skin, or my skincare routine. Now, does that say anything about Thrive? Well, no, but that's going to be something that people are going to be like, oh, I wonder what she is doing to get her skin clear or whatever. And then when they go on, I can be talking about my other skincare regimen, but also throw in there like, hey, here's what I really feel has helped me. And that's been my Thrive 3 step. Like, you can plug your Thrive into literally any live topic that you want to do. So like, if you want to talk about your, you know, your pet, you can talk about like how much you love your dog, and here's what your dog's doing right now. And then also say, you know, I feel so good being able to get out and play with my dog today, and here's my Thrive patch or whatever, you know. So you can really plug Thrive into anything, or you can do a straight Thrive video, which I recommend everybody do at least one Thrive related video. Like, you say, here is what Thrive is about, and you talk about the full 3 steps throughout the video and what it's done for you, and share your story on a live. I just can't encourage you to do that enough, because once you start talking about your story, you're going to realize, like, your story is encouraging. Your story is powerful. Like, people need to see that right now, especially. So I highly recommend you doing at least one of those videos. And what's wonderful about that is when someone comes back and says, hey, I'm wondering about Thrive, can you tell me more about it? You go and you tag them in that video. Not only does it give them the information and it gets you face to face really with that person, but it also gives you the opportunity to regenerate that or rejuvenate really that video to where more people might see it, because you tag somebody in that post. And then Facebook will be like, oh, this has become relevant again, I'm going to put it on somebody else's page to see. So that's kind of the way that Facebook's working, and Facebook is ever changing. So we have to stay up to date on what Facebook is doing. I see another question here. How long should the lives be? It really just depends. I've had 4-minute lives. Like this morning, I had a 4-minute live. But I also did a lot of engagement in the comments. And then I've had 30-minute lives, 40-minute lives. The longer, I say the sweet spot is somewhere in the 10 to 15-minute range, where you're being engaging, and yeah, you're being engaging, but you're not droning on about anything. And it gives people enough time to like jump on and see you when you're live and engage with you when you're live. So I always say that that's pretty much the sweet spot for me. I try to keep mine under 15 minutes. So that's, and you guys have to keep me on a time limit, because, and that's another thing. I always try to set a time limit, because I will ramble on in my live videos. Practice does make perfect. It's so true. The more, hey Jackson, oh, Capri Sun. The more that you can practice this and stay consistent, the better. So that is the, here you go, buddy. That is the biggest thing. Thank you. Okay, you can go watch Paw Patrol. Sorry, guys. I'm on kid duty 24/7 right now. Tyler's still at work, so here we are. But staying consistent, fostering those relationships, that's a big thing. A lot of times I've noticed too that I might not have any engagement on my video. I mean, I might have like 1 or 2 comments, and sometimes they might only be from Alexa saying, "Yay, good for you," and and that's okay, because I see that other people will message me and say, "I watch your videos all the time, and they're so encouraging." Like, they might not want to comment directly onto your video, depending on what you're talking about, but people are watching it, and nobody is going to judge you. Like, people love the realness of it and the reality of it, and especially if you're coming to them with value. So like, one thing is like how I got my energy, add that tagline, how I lost weight, how I got better skin, how I stay relaxed. This is what we do for fun. Like, those are just a few, and there's hundreds of things that you can go live about. And like I said, you can make a live video as short or as long as you want to. But just for your first one, talk about something that you're very confident about. Like, if you're a stay-at-home mom, talk about your life as a stay-at-home mom. Talk about how Thrive has helped you with being a better mom. You know, things like that. Something for your first one to help you really feel comfortable. And another great thing that I've done with some of my ladies is like interview styles using StreamYard, which Kelly introduced me to that, and it is the best thing ever. You can do like interview style where people can see you both, and it's so neat. So that's just a really great way, I feel like, to foster relationships. Another thing that we wanted to talk about was reaching out to people right now. That's really important to, I feel like, reach out in messages, or maybe you might want to do a live video or do both. But I have made a list of all my customers this morning, and I just went back and I reached out to them and said, I have an audience back here. Say hey, everybody. The peanut gallery. But I went back and I reached out to all of my customers, and I just said, look, I know, things are kind of crazy right now, and I know that things are, kind of looking difficult for, the future, and how we're going to rearrange our routines, as far as like, I know your goals were to lose weight, or, I've been talking to these people, I've been talking to my customers about what their goals are. And I'm like, look, I know that this might be throwing a wrench in your goals, but I just want to encourage you and tell you, I'm here for you. If you need help with something, if you need me to, FaceTime with you to help encourage you to work out, or we'll do a workout together through FaceTime, whatever it may be, giving him that encouragement through messages. And then if you see someone say, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. Shh, you have to be quiet. I don't know what I'm going to do right now as far as money. If they post that on there, they're freaking out. They're having like a little moment. That's a great opportunity for you to reach out, and you don't have to offer like a solution at that point. Just reach out to them and say, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm here for you. If you have questions about, what I'm doing, I would love to answer them for you. I know if you're hitting on hard times right now, this could be, a solution for you, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you, period. And just fostering those good relationships and encouraging people as you see that they need encouragement. So that's pretty much been how I'm reaching out to people right now. Like I said, I'm not trying to sell people at this point. I'm just trying to let them know, like, I'm here for you. And I want to help you. How do you follow up from your lives? Likes. I don't follow up on likes, but I do follow up on comments. So if I see someone, this is another thing, if I see someone that has been watching my lives but has not talked to me about it, and they're like a friend of mine or someone that I'm acquainted to, I'll message them and I'll say, hey girl, I saw you on my live today, and I just wanted to reach out to you and see, what your thoughts are on it. Just that, and just leave it at that, and let them know, like, hey, I'm open for questions. Like, I'm open to your thoughts. I'm open to your comments. I'm open to your constructive criticism even. Let me know, whatever that may be. So that's just some of the things that, and like lives are whatever you make them, but don't stress them. They don't have to be perfect. A lot of my lives, I say things and I'm like, that was silly, but people love that. People love to see your personality, and they love to see when you're bringing something to the table. And especially right now, positivity is literally it. Like if you could just bring some positivity at this point, people are going to gravitate towards you. And that's a lot of the attraction marketing that I've used. And I know attraction marketing has maybe different definitions to different people. For me, I don't hide the fact that I'm using Thrive, and I don't hide the fact that I'm a promoter of Thrive. I think a lot of people think that that's how you attract people to ask questions about it. The way that I have used attraction marketing in my business has been by saying, here is what worked for me, and then letting them ask questions of how it worked for me. So I'll put content out there and letting people ask questions. I don't say, I want you to buy it, and I try not to put links in. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't, depending on what I'm posting. But we're not really sure how Facebook is responding to links in your profile. I have read in certain places that links in your profile will cause Facebook to not want to show that to certain people or to share that. So I will let people kind of come to me. So when they message me or direct message me, I will say, here's how it works. And I will walk them through the process rather than giving them a link, just because I don't know how it's working. You guys go watch TV. I'll be done in just a minute. I'll be done in just a minute. They got to be here. This is like so fun for them too. Do you guys have any more questions about live videos? I know a lot of you guys have been like on the fence with this. This is something that's not been, Molly, I'm going to call you out. I think that you would, I think that you would rock at a live video. Like I'm looking at you right now with Ellie, and it's just something that, especially when we're all kind of cooped in and we can't get out and socialize, like you are offering something like that face-to-face that people really need right now. I've even been FaceTiming some of my friends just to check in on them and say, hey, here's a face, here's somebody, for you to see and connect with and talk to and have that adult interaction. So as much as you think that people are going to look at you and think, oh, that's dumb, it's only you. It's only you that's thinking that. There's so many people out there that need that interaction. So if you guys don't, Claire and I have a practice group too, if you want to practice there, or a Thrive in Life group. Oh, that's awesome, Kelly. I didn't realize you guys had a practice group. That's so cool. Yeah, that's in just the mechanics of going live, like getting the live right is something that you might want to practice, going live and just finding how to go live and where to go live. So that's an awesome resource that Kelly's offering you guys, and we can get more info if you want to go live. And if you ever want me to do an interview style with you, and I know Kelly's done it and Alexa's done it, we would be more than happy to do that with you guys. So
that's what I was. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm sorry.
I think that's pretty much. No, I was just gonna say I can't hear you because I'm on my cam, and like you're way down on the floor when you talk. So that's all I got.
No, I was just gonna throw that out there too, because I'm right there with you. The people that do not like lives, I hate doing lives. I wish I liked them like Natalie does, and she's such a natural, but I just don't feel like I am. But I do them anyway, because it really is what grows your business. So that's why I really want her to talk about that, because the times that my business has really grown is when I'm really plugged into doing lives. So what's helped me is, like she said, having someone else there with you. When Kelly and I do one together, that really helps me a lot. Just because I feel like if I get stuck on something, then she's there and we can kind of back each other up. Another tip, and this is just my own thing, and it maybe not even be practical, but I just don't even listen to them when I do them, because I critique myself so bad that I've just gotten the habit. I just do it, post it, and then I reply to comments, but I don't go back and like critique every little thing I say, or the way I talk with my hands, or when I say a million times. I just do them, post them, and then I'm done. So I don't know if that's really a good tip to give you guys, but that's helped me a lot personally. So doing it with somebody else, and I just don't listen to them. So Kelly, what can you add on that?
Yeah, no, you guys, such amazing tips. I will tell you that once you're going to feel nervous if you've never done it before, or if you're, you've done it once or twice here or there with someone else, you're going to be nervous. Accept that, right? It's just a part of it. But I will tell you, the more you do it, the more consistently that you show up, the better you get. I will never forget, a few months ago, my very first live popped up like on my memories. And I was like, oh my God, I was so bad. It was, it was like 3 years ago. The angle was like down here. You could see up my nose. I was like moving it. I mean, just the logistics of it. I was like, man, I was terrible. But it really gave me but I thought I was great. I was like, man, I rocked that. But it gives you the perspective of like, wow, you come a long way, but you'll never come a long way if you don't start. Like, you have to have that starting line and you have to go forward. I will tell you, every single time that you do a live, you have more watchers. People would rather watch you than they would read your stuff. It's just the case of the matter. I mean, and I love that Natalie said people may not engage, but they may say to you, I love your lives. I love your lives. Thank you. You may never hear from them until like, a month later, 2 months later, but you're showing up, you're being consistent. So sometimes it is hard to figure out what to go live about. So, I love the fact that Natalie has a content calendar. You guys, like, that is incredible. Pop it in. Y'all have such a great active chat group. Pop it in there and say, you guys, I want to go live today. I don't know what to go live about. One thing I will always tell you is that right now, you cannot go wrong with going live about being positive, about self-care for your mind, about taking care of your body while at home, about an activity that you are doing to keep your children busy during this, different time. I know a lot of you do stay home with your children, or, maybe it's not as different, but I guarantee you, your spouse or you yourself are at home more. You've got children now that are doing school at home. But so does your avatar. So do those people that want and need you to show up for them, right? Their lives are impacted as well. And so that's one thing that you cannot go wrong about going live about. And so a lot of times, if I ever personally get stuck, like, I need to go live, I will go on Pinterest. I will go on like inspirational, like just search like inspirational quotes or inspirational videos, and I will read something, and I'll just keep reading something until something hits me. And then, or if you guys do any devotions, or you do any, journaling or anything in the morning, like, look for journaling prompts. And there's a ton on Pinterest or on Google, and talk about something like that. And ask people to share your videos. When you're going on and you're first introducing yourself, mention in there, share this video, because that way, you never know. They may share it with someone who needs it, who needs to be connected with you, and who needs this product or the business. So those are just some of the tips that I have. And so we're going to see a lot more lives, right? Yes, you're supposed to do this. Yes. So those are just really some of the tips. Ask other people. I ask people all the time, like, what can I go live about? And I love the idea of just keeping a note. Like, I just have a notes section in my phone that just says live video ideas, because a lot of times I'll get them when I'm driving to, or on a treadmill, usually is when most of it comes to me. So that's my tips on that, Alexa.
All righty. Awesome. So do any of you, I see if there's any more questions. Any other questions about that? If you think of something, just drop it, or you can ask us later too. But Kelly and I also wanted to do a little bit of training about your calendar. So Blair did this in Orlando, and I think it's great. And then I can screenshot a picture of it, because I'll start throwing it all out there and it might get a little confusing. So I'll screenshot kind of my notes, but it's just actual calendar. So basically what this is things to do certain times of the month. So like related to your auto ships, just a variety of things. So if you have something to jot notes down, write it down. But if you don't, I can actually, I'll screenshot it, but I'll type it up too, because I think that'll help make more sense. But say like the third of the month, you want to check in on your auto shipments that are coming up next, to, reach out and say, how are you on products? Do you need products? Introduce them to something new. So like the auto shipments we have coming up on the 25th, you could always reach out to those now and say, how just a genuine conversation. How's everything going? How are you holding up? Do you know about Blast Boost? They're great for your immunity. And that really honestly helps. Sorry. With reach outs, but it also helps kind of upsell to the plus line. And I know Natalie and I talked a lot about that earlier. She was just genuinely reaching out, checking on people, and they started asking questions about immune support, about Blast, about Boost. So I don't mean that to sound like in a negative, or I feel like I sound kind of bad when I say like, upsell. But people are looking for that and they are buying it. So either they're going to get it from you or they're going to get it from Amazon. And I think just asking them how they're doing, and if offering those different products, I think will help kind of helps both of it, helps all of us. So the third is a good time to check on that, and then say this around the 7th of the month, check it on your team, send out cards, just little things. I think personally, which that's definitely one of my love languages. I love sending out cards and little gifts. I've always been that way. But check on your team, see how they're doing, send a note, because I don't think we do that enough in this day and time. And I think this time, with everything we have going on, everybody is being forced to slow down. We really don't have much of a choice. Check in on those people, check out on, your customers, send them, I send my customers notes, send them, a white label patch or a black label patch or a sample of Blast or Boost. Just, that takes 2 seconds to do a little card with a sample of Blast, throw it in the mail, and stuff like that really does mean a lot to people. It means a lot to me personally. And, I love doing things like that. So I think that's a great idea as well. And then around the 13th of the month, you're going to do the same thing with the next auto shipments. Checking on those, see if what products they need. Do they want to try a different shake flavor? Just reaching out, because I know that Paul and Jason talk a lot about the culture and that, Neiman Marcus type customer service, but it is so important because people want that, they need that, and I think they need that now more than ever. So I think that's huge. Just, checking in on them and seeing how they're doing, even if it's somebody that's been thriving for 3 or 4 months, you still want to check in, see how they're doing. And then around the 16th of the month, and this is something that's a little more detailed that we can actually, if you want Kelly and I to go into this a little more individually, check, on the ranks of your team. We haven't really talked any about waiting room. So that is something that you can reach out to me individually about. But waiting room is like an amazing opportunity for everyone on your team. And it's probably like, when I'm saying waiting right now, a lot of you are probably like, what are you talking about? So I get that, because I'm still kind of the same way, because Kelly and we walk through that together every month. But that was on my list actually to do tomorrow. It's just kind of look at all that and then kind of regroup. And then I'll reach out to you guys individually, but that's just a time of the month to do that. Then around the same time, you want to reach out to those customers that are not thriving for free, because everyone really could be thriving for free. I've got a really good video that Kelly did that I can share, and that you can just, go through there and send it out. It just tells them step by step how easy it is to get the products for free. That gives them time to, if it's the middle of the month, that gives them time to do that before the end of that month, because by the end of the month, those credits will be applied the second of the following month. So if you have any questions about that, ask as well. Then the next week, around, like, say, the 24th or so of the month, you're going to check your own waiting room. And like I said, I can go over that with each of you guys individually. And then that's kind of it as far as all that goes. I know that some of you guys had some questions. Let me see. Okay, about postage. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like it was just Becky about postage. And I'm not sure, Becky. If you guys have never used stamps.com, um, it is great, especially right now because you won't be going to the post office. But I use it. You can upload like $20 and it takes it directly from you. I just ordered like some little mailer packages, and you can actually mail a card, a handwritten card. Yesterday, I mailed some customers Blast, Boost, and 2 DFTs and a handwritten card. It was like $1 or $1.20, depending on how far away they were. And that was including like a nice, like, 5x7 envelope. But stamps.com is really good if you've never used it before. And plus it stores everybody's addresses. And so I like to mail things to my customers usually at least one time a quarter, just as a thank you, like a little bundle of goodies, especially if we have something new, or it's like something right now that is going on. Alexa, can I add a few things to the calendar stuff? Yeah. Okay. So, you guys, I will tell you the journey through time blocking and calendar training is life-changing. I know that it sounds crazy, but I will tell you, you will become, people ask, honestly, you may feel this way, but I know I felt this way when I first connected with Blair. How do you get it all done? Like, how do you do it all? How do you run, multi-million-dollar business, are very present as a wife, very present with your children, very present with your friends? Like, how do you do it all? She's like, it's calendar blocking. No kidding. When I first became a Lavelle brand promoter, it was the first skill that I learned. It wasn't a skill that I learned at the snap of a finger, but it was a skill that I said, I am doing this. Now, I kept a calendar and I kept like appointments and stuff. But I was working a job that I worked 50 to 60 hours a week, a husband that traveled, and I had a 5 and 7-year-old that could do zero for themselves. And I was building this business. I didn't have time. So if you feel that like you're wherever you are on the calendar planning, one, grab yourself a calendar. I don't know if yes, you do need it in your life, Natalie. And I will tell you guys, like, I'm a paper person. I need to write things down. I like paper and pencil. I keep everything on my calendar. And if we could do even like a calendar workshop, like a 3-part series calendar workshop, if you guys really wanted to do that, I'd be more than happy to do that. In fact, it would be fun to do as like a recruiting tool for you guys. We could open it up, not make it just for Thrive, but you could invite, other people to it, because everyone's life is different now. This is applicable to everyone, right? So people have kids at home, all these different things. But I will tell you, when you block your time off, you will not get burned out in this business. You will be able to be in those moments when you need to be in those moments, and as you're building your teams and stuff, it's so cool because a lot of us will say, like, I'm off during this time, and we mean we're off, like, we don't have our phones on us. It may be an occasion you come in, you check a quick message, but usually if I'm doing that, it's because I need to check it for something personal and I see something that is popped up. But it's like done. It's in airplane mode. It's off. It's not physically on us, because the worst thing that you can do is to constantly be with your family and be with your kids, and all they say is this, right? Like, we do that as adults just naturally, right? And then when you're running a business like this, you never really put it down. I know there's times and places at the end of the month, the last 2 days of the month, I am like that. But my kids are trained now. It's the end of the month. We've had a lot of fun, and they know that those 2 days, usually we're like all in on a time frame. But when you block your calendar, so I'll just give you a few tips that you can start with now. Look at your schedule. Pick a time every single week that you're going to have a meeting with your calendar. For me, it's Sunday mornings. When we were going to church, I would get up, work out, come home, spend 30 minutes with my calendar in silence, before my family usually got up. First thing that went on my calendar was you know, my family, my personal life. It wasn't anything else. It was, you know, now it's helping my kids with their e-learning. It's making sure that my kids are moving their body multiple times a day. It's making sure I'm moving my body. Like all of that is planned. I put all of that on there first. You know, even down to you guys, if y'all have a family TV show or you're doing movie night, like you can look at my calendar and you'll be like family night. I may not know exactly what we're doing, but I know I'm not working. And my kids know that during that moment, they're not doing other things either. Like we're together. So put your personal life and your family things, the things that fill you up as a human, right? Like that goes on there first. This business, you can fit in anywhere. So for example, maybe you get up and you're like, okay, my kids get up at this time. I want to work for 1 hour or 30 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever your time is before they get up. Block it out. Like, and go, and don't just block it out and put work, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to get on this Facebook and you're going to start scrolling and interacting. Say what you're going to do. I'm going to follow up with birthdays. I'm going to follow up with people that watched my live video yesterday. I'm going to invite people to, you know, Thrive in Life live video event that's happening on Tuesday. Like have it specific. When you're there specific, you go down and you've planned all this out during that meeting with yourself, that you know exactly what is expected of you. There is another thing that you guys, if this is another thing, Alexa, you'll have to remind me if this is something that everyone needs, but a DMO, daily method of operation, like knowing like these are the non-negotiables. Because that's usually like on Saturdays and Sundays, I only am doing like my DMOs. I'm not doing anything extra. Now I was when I was really building in a huge building phase, right? But that is one of the things that you can do is those daily methods of operations, you know, making a post, making X amount of connections, making X amount of follow-ups, you know, doing your stories, those sort of things, the things that are non-negotiable that are just show up for consistency standpoint. Because I will tell you the hardest part, I shouldn't say the hardest, it's not really the right word. I guess it's the most challenging part about the business is when you stop and you restart, because I've been there. I have been where I have, you know, I've still posted and stuff, but I haven't been doing the behind the scenes stuff. I haven't been getting people on Thrive, because that is the goal, is to help people feel better. And when that sort of thing stops, it's sort of like riding, like think about riding a bike, right? Like you're riding a bike, it's easier to keep pedaling, right? It's easier to keep going because you're doing it. You know, if you're going uphill, it's easier, you know, you got to put a little more pressure on it, but you can go. But if you stopped in the middle of that hill, you probably going to have to get off and walk the bike up there, right? It's because you're like stopping. But if you continue to go, and so figuring out what those daily methods of operations are for you, they're probably very similar to a lot of people, but depending on where you're posting, you know, like Alexa, Natalie, and I know some of you guys, you know, are involved in groups and stuff. That's important. Like you need to show up in there. But the calendar, so I'll give you guys just like an idea of like what a calendar. Now this week is a little different, but this is sort of what like my calendar will look like. I don't know if you can you see that? You see where I have like highlighted boxes? So those highlighted boxes are my work time, right? And when we have that calendar, like when we have that meeting on Sunday morning, or excuse me, I have a meeting. We meet then, like I usually, again, this is not normal land, but normally my husband and I will meet and we'll be like, what do you have going on? What's going on here? We correlate, yes, passion planner, love it. Passion planner, or this is law of attraction, but passion planner and law of attraction. Yeah, you love law of attraction. Law of attraction, the only real difference is it starts at 5 a.m. The other one starts at 6, and I got super annoyed because I was up at 5 a.m. Yeah, you're up earlier than I am, so you're just like planning up there. And then I like the law of attraction because it has like our priorities, and so I do like that. So I'll give you like an idea of my like another week, like just going in about it, and they can look very, very different, you guys. Like this will be one, and this may stress some people out, But that's like one where I had a lot going on. And so my blocks are like very, very specific for like my time, my family time. And you can get as detailed as you want. I would use a pencil. But just start out with knowing your time, knowing how you're spending it. Start out planning your work time. If you're like, Kelly, I am all over the place, I have nothing, don't swing for a home run. The very first thing is to get a calendar if you don't have one, or use the one you have, and be consistent using it, and write out your schedule. It would take you like 5 minutes to write out your schedule from now, tomorrow, and Saturday. And then Sunday, sit down and write out your next week. Because guess what? The very first week, you're probably not even going to be in the habit of following it. But keep doing it. Keep doing it. And then you start to follow it. And now I get even like more anal, and I check it off. Because what that does is I know what I need to do, and then I can pull it. Like all those dates that Alexa just gave you, you can write those on your calendar and you check them off when you're done. It really creates like this awesome just to-do list. So would you guys want to do like a very detailed calendar training? Would that be helpful? Okay. It was really, really helpful to me when I first came on board. I felt like I learned so much from that. So let me make myself a note here, and we'll plan that. Any questions? I can see a lot of you are saying you need to be more planned, and it's okay, you guys. But it is a skill that sometimes I look at and I'm like, holy cow, I have no idea how all these things got accomplished. But then I do, because I can look at my calendar and think like, okay, like I time block. I use my timer a lot. So I'll have my phone like in silent, where if it goes off, I don't even know what's going off. And I'll have my timer for 25 minutes. If I'm a 30-minute block, I'll set it for 25 minutes. And so we'll do whatever task I'm working on for that moment. And then I'll check my messages at the end of that 5 minutes. So that's sort of another tip. If you're going to like work for 30-minute blocks or something, you can really apply that to anything.
Yeah, I'll throw something in there. And Becky and I even talked about this yesterday when she messaged me. She's like, how do I turn my messages off? I know I'm very easily distracted, and my messages go off constantly. So I found that that's the way I do it, is set my timer. And if I'm doing reach outs, or if I'm replying to messages, or I'm following up in my groups, and that's what I really try to focus on. It's not always perfect, no, but otherwise, if I get this message or I get this text and I'm responding, then it's just like nothing gets accomplished. So I really do try to, even if it's 15 minutes, for 15 minutes, this is what I'm going to do. And that's the best way I've found as well to actually get things done, So I'm glad you threw that out there, Kelly.
Yeah, no, I think it's so crucial to be able to do that. And you guys, there isn't anything that, is going to come across related to the product or, the business that's like an emergency. I would encourage you to have times that you check your messenger. It may mean that your messages pile up. And some of you, if you've been on the other end of my messages, you're like, why isn't she checking them? Maybe, but it's because I block for that. I don't want to be on Facebook all day. I don't want to be in my messages all day. I want to get on there. I want to interact with who I need to. I want to, engage in there, but I don't want to live there. Now, I do live in my messenger more than I do on Facebook, but if that's why you see, it's because, I have a certain amount of time that's blocked for that. Now, I would say, do it more frequent if you can, especially because most of you guys are really still very, very new. You're still very much engaging with your warm market. And so your messages are you probably have a lot of people. You probably need to be in there. So 3 times a day is usually on the minimum that I will do. But first thing in the morning, usually lunchtime or so, but and then in the evening. But a lot of times I'll just poke in and see oh, okay, I have 5. I've got these 5 extra minutes before my next task or before family time, and I'll go in there and do it. But try to think, when you think about your calendar, try to think about being proactive versus reactive. Does that make sense? Like with your messages. And I know that we want to get back to people as quick as we can with their questions, especially if they're customers or future customers. I get that, but make them a priority, make them a priority on your list. So the other thing I was going to just share with you guys, if no one has any questions about that, and we'll get some training up. It probably won't be next week, but it may be the week after. It may be some training that we can record too and put up. I think that would be really, really helpful. But I wanted to also just let you guys know a little bit about the resources, because I don't think we've had the opportunity to really talk about that, the people resources and the business resources. So you guys know, and I know that, some people have some different groups, but Thrive in Life customer group, that is the actual like compliant group. Now, I will tell you, if you have a group that you post about with Thrive and, it is okay, just, if you're bringing new team members on and stuff, I would not encourage them to do that, because technically it is like out of compliance if you're actively posting in there. You're supposed to be a 200K, and we have a compliance officer in our group. The reason for that is because they don't want any medical claims. But I know I've talked to some people, and the rules, and it's really, it's fine by me. I know it's fine by Blair, and as long as like the rules are being applied, it's totally okay. But if you want to add people into Thrive in Life group, you guys, please do. If you want to post in there, if you want to go live in there, if you want to share something in there, it's your group. It is absolutely available to you. Engage in there. I will tell you, that was one of the things that when Alexa first, really started promoting, she was so engaging in that group with her customers, and it was really what jump-started her business. So adding people into that is a great spot. United We Thrive. If you're not in that, I think most of you guys are. If you're not in that, that is our team page. Every single Sunday, you'll see an agenda that comes out that has like everything that we're going over that week. I will tell you, pretty much 90% chance it's going to alter every week because we add different things. Like I will tell you, huge news that Drew Hoffman's going to be on our team Zoom next Wednesday, and he's the president of Lavelle. So that is really incredibly exciting. And this is something that if you have people who are looking or you want them to be a part of your team, invite them to hear Drew. Drew is dynamic. Like, you're going to be blown away. He is amazing. He may be, as far as like speaking wise, he's different than Paul and different than Jason, but he is really he has a big perspective on Lavelle. He's an attorney by trade. So he will be on our team Zoom. So invite people to that, but you'll sort of get the updates for that. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's any other resources. You guys may have seen the book club that Blair and I are doing. It was really just on my heart to say, like, we're all stuck. We're all like here. Why not do like a virtual book club? You guys, we're not talking about Thrive on it. We're not talking about selling anything, any business, but it's a way to build community and give something for people to look forward to. I would encourage y'all to use this again as a way to build your own community. Get your girlfriends, get your community, your local community, and invite them to do this book club. The book is Dave Hollis, Get Out of Your Own Way. It's been out for like 10 days maybe. And there may be a surprise. Like, Dave may be actually coming on to this book club, which would be freaking huge. I know. I said last night I was manifesting he was going to be on, and I reached out to him, and he said he would do it. So pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm trying to get him on for April 8th. So that is a really cool thing that you guys can do and just be part of a community. Trying to think of any other resources. There are brand new training videos in your cloud office. They just refreshed them for about 10 days ago, so they're brand new. I personally have not even had the opportunity to watch but the first two of them. Also, if you guys do not know about startpromotingthrive.com, it's our onboarding Google Doc. There is some shifting going around. We're doing some things on Trello, so look for some changes to come. But when you're bringing on a new team member, that is the place to go. That is the place to send them to get started. It will promise you guys, it will save you time and energy because everything they're asking you, the answers are there. It's how to do a launch party. If you guys have not done a launch party lately or have never done one, this would be a great time to do it, right? Because of everything going on. So, I can't think of anything else. I just want to tell you too about like your leadership team. Obviously, depending on who you're sponsored by, you've got Alexa, you've got Natalie, you may have Becky, like depending on whose team you're on, you have them. But you also have, Blair Critch, you have Amber Weissman, and I know some of those people some of you guys have met personally. Can you invite people to y'all's reading group? The book club? Yeah. Oh, yes. It's open to everyone. Everyone's invited. Yes, yes, yes. It's bnbzoom.com or Becky, that Rachel Hollis group that you're in. It'll be going live to that as well. So it's really just meant for everyone. Meant for everyone. So yep. So invite away, invite away. Okay. So I said Blair, I said Amber, obviously myself, and Kelly Madden, who is on right now. Give us a little wave, Kelly. So Kelly Madden is in Lexington, South Carolina. So about the same distance, maybe a little closer than I am for you. So you guys, once we all get together, she was going to be there today, but obviously we're not there. Also Jill Elledge, which I know is in Alexa's chat group, but most of you have not had a chance to personally meet Jill. So, and then Maggie Henson is also part of y'all's leadership team. And you'll see her pop in and out. She has a lot on her plate right now. And that's the beautiful thing, you guys, about this business is that you have so much leadership and things happen in your life, right? Like there's going to be a point at some point where you're going to need to be like, hey, I got to take a moment. I got this stuff going on. I need to take a moment. I'm moving. Whatever it is. It's so cool because we have so many incredible leaders here that you can do that. And then, you know that your team is going to be very well taken care of. So I want you guys to know that. I want you to know that you have an exorbitant amount. Please reach out to any and all of us. I know that you'll probably be hearing more from all of us as continued, but Jill and Kelly and Amber and Blair and I, I think there was one more thing. I know I'm talking a lot. Y'all tired of hearing me talk? Alexa, you should never give me the mic. I can like talk. We got 2 minutes. I haven't even had any activate today. And I don't even, nothing, just my 3 steps. So I've been cooped up in this house. I'm about to go outside though, but okay. So the other thing is Natalie just said yes to a request to being on a opportunity information session Sunday nights. You'll see more about that. I can't remember who is all going to be on it. But again, when you guys see these things, this is a great way for you to get people on. So basically what Sunday night's going to be like is it's going to be multiple people sharing their business story. Here is the key thing that you will want to say. When you're reaching out to your mama friends, when you're reaching out to these people and you're checking in on them, I love just being able to say, you were on my heart, you were on my mind, I'm checking in on them. How are things going? But don't be afraid to say, are you open to looking at an opportunity? Are you open to a conversation about what I am doing? Are you opening to joining Sunday night as my girlfriend Natalie, as my friend Kelly? They share a little bit. You're going to be blown away with, what this mom has been able to do from her phone. You're going to be blown away from Blair going from bankrupt to, multi-millionaire in 5 years. That's her story, rags to riches, no joke. Say that to people, invite them on, and you don't have to do the talking. Other people can do the talking. That's what these promoters do. So that's going to be Sunday night. I think it's at 8:30. I think that's right. And then Alexa you're doing something with Blair next week. Can you tell me what it is? Because I actually don't know. I just know that she said you were doing something.
I'm not really sure either.
Okay. Okay.
She just asked. She just reached out and asked me because of my PPA what I get on a training with her and Sheila, and I said yes.
Oh, perfect.
That's all I know.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
You know
Okay.
me,
Well,
I'm just like fly by the seat of my pants. So.
I know, but that's awesome. So you guys, if there's something that you want to grow in your own personal leadership, if you feel like I am stuck or I don't know what to do to this, I do believe I have chatted with most everyone, like, one-on-one, either through Messenger, but you guys reach out to any of the leaders. I mean, we are here to support you, every single one of us. Just reach out and say, like, I'd love help with this. I mean, we can jump on a mentor call. We can jump on a laser focused like coaching call. When I really decided I was going all in this business and I was going to go to 200K as fast as possible, we were all in. It wasn't me. It was my family that was all in. It's life changing, you guys. And I did that. And every single month I had a mentor call with a different leader. I had 3 leaders that really, really helped me get there. I had a mentor call with them. I made them hold me accountable. They gave me critical feedback to improve myself. And I will tell you, sometimes it's not always great to hear. Like, we don't always want to hear what we can improve on, but it has made me grow more as a leader, more as a person. It's helped me in my personal life so much. So whatever you feel like you need, ask for it. Okay. If we've never done it before, we'll do it. We want to you guys to know that we are here to support. So, all right. So I'm done talking now. I said it was 2 minutes. It was really 4. Sorry about that. Those of you, when you meet me in person, you're going to realize, like, you can't shut me out. Right. And then if you give me champagne, watch out. Then I'll start dancing and talking. All right, Alexa, it's your turn.
No, it's awesome because I'll aggravate Kelly for a second. I always say you don't know if she's drinking champagne or not because she always acts the same. That's the scary thing. No, I'm kidding. But no, seriously though, what she said about all of us being here for each and every single one of you is so true. And I did just want to tell Kelly, thank you, because you are always here for everybody. I honestly don't know how you do it. And I've had that conversation with so many people about you the last few days. You really are.
Oh, she was just getting good too. I calendar block Alexa. That's what I do.
But no, I did just want to say you are the most giving person I've ever met in my entire life, and that is really the truth. So just know that we all love you, and we are so appreciative of you. So thank you very much. We love you.
You are so welcome, you guys. I'm just so incredibly proud of y'all. And I think where that drive comes from, Alexa definitely knows this, Natalie and Kelly, you guys probably know this about me too, but where a lot of it comes from is the product really impacted my life. And even though it's been 4 years ago, when you go in with this company and you really try to serve with your heart and impact other people's lives, I mean, I will tell you, the biggest storm of my entire life is when my daughter got sick. And I never ever knew that was I wholeheartedly believe that was why God, like, gave me a brain tumor, made me find this product, decided to leave pharmaceuticals and earn the money that I've been able to earn in this company, because what my child was diagnosed with, I needed to be home, and insurance doesn't pay for it. So I needed to have income, like, and be able to not have to quit a job for it. And I know that that's like raw and real, but it's the truth. And I want that for other people. And I have to fight sometimes wanting it more for other people than they want it for themselves. And I have learned to let go of like that fight, but I want it for y'all. And it may not be that you want to be a millionaire with this company. You may just want to pay off your debt. You may want to, like, go on a vacation with your spouse, whatever it is for you. Like, you have to know that myself and your other leadership is there to help you get that. And that goes for anyone else who joins your team. And that is just the truth. And I'm just so incredibly proud of each and every one of you guys, because you all show up, you all help other people. You never make this anything from a selfish standpoint. It's always about giving back, and what can you do to be better, and how can you serve more. And I promise you, when you do that and when you show up for your business and you do it on a consistent basis, you're going to boom. You're going to. You just will. It's the only people who don't are the people who stop. And I want that for y'all. So thank you. That was very sweet, Alexa. Not needed, but very sweet. And I'm just like super bummed. I mean, we all need to have a glass of champagne and cheers together tonight, because I literally had to do like 45 minutes of journaling this morning because I was so upset that I wasn't coming to see you guys, because I really, really, really wanted to be there. But we'll be there. We will be there. So, all right. Okay, I'll send you the recording, you guys, probably later tonight, because I'm getting ready to go have some family time. But love you guys, and we'll talk soon.